All right, so I am here with our F1b St. Berdoodle litter. And normally I always like to do the Meet the Pups video last week at 2 weeks, but I had some health issues going on and my 10-year-old, actually she's 9, almost 10, my daughter decided that she was gonna be so nice and do that pup date video for me while I was down and out. And so I'm so thankful to her that she did that pup date video for me last week. So now we're to week 3 on the litter. So they are 3 weeks old. It's Oakland and Prince. Okay, so this is George Washington. He was the largest this week. He gained a whole pound from last week. He came in at 3.30 pounds. So he is coming right along. You can see his eyes are opened. I love that blaze. I love the markings on him. He's got more white on him, but he still definitely has those tri markings, so that's fun. So that is George Washington with the black leopard collar. So next I have John Adams. He is, let's see, not the smallest male, but he's the second to the smallest male. He came in at 2.37 pounds today. I think I actually kind of like how dark his face is with just this little bit of white around his nose. It looks like he stuck his nose in milk. I think it's so cute. So he's got quite a bit of that mahogany, that dark coat to him. He does have quite a bit of curl to his coat. The chances of him shedding are less than the ones that are going to have the flatter coats. George Washington has a little bit straighter coat at this point, but you can see some definite waves coming in on this guy right here. And he has the tan collar. So this is John Adams. Okay, so next we have JFK, or Kennedy. We call him Kennedy with the orange collar. He weighed 2.46 pounds, so pretty close to John Adams there. He's not as dark, so that mahogany that you find on John Adams he's not quite as dark. There's not as much curl or wave to that coat at this point, so it'll be interesting to see. He does have more curl on those ears, so it'll be interesting to see what he does over the next couple weeks. But I think he's so cute. I love the little nose on him. And if you look close at that little nose, I don't know if we can see it or not, there's a heart. There's a little heart right there on that nose. So he's our little love bug, which is fun. Okay, so next here with the camel blue collar, we have Lincoln, or Abe Lincoln. He came in at 2.6 pounds today. So he is not quite as dark as John Adams, but he's not quite as light as Kennedy, just to kind of give you a reference. But he does have a little bit blockier head there. See that nose, a little bit shorter nose on him, so a little bit more St. Bernard look there. So it's going to be fun to watch him mature over the next couple of weeks, see what he does there. Okay, so next we have Harry Truman, who you can tell because he has that half mustache there, which I think is so cute. And then he has this cute freckle on his face here, so cute. He's even a little bit lighter. He actually is more sable. There's more of a sable-y, like grayish tint to it right now. And so that's fun. So you can always tell him in the litter because you can see that darling half mustache, but then also because of that sable tint to his coat. I will turn him around so you can see his markings. There. Alright, so next I have James Madison here. He has the yellow collar. He's definitely the little runt. He weighed 1.85 pounds today. So he's just a little squirt. just a little dude. You can tell, so white on the back there. He does still also kind of have a little bit of a sable-y tint to his coat. It's just not quite as gray tinted as Harry Truman, but you can always tell this guy too, because he's definitely just a little square. Actually, I'm going to show you here in comparison to Theo, just to give you an idea on size difference here. Okay, so as I said, James Madison. All right, as I said, this is Theo, or Theo Roosevelt. I love him. He reminds me so much of Wickham, which is funny because Wickham is not the dad of this litter, but I'm sure it's coming from Prince, so Prince is from an outside breeder, but he's known for his super like chill temperament, and he's super sweet and total gentleman and whatnot. And so you can already see in this guy, so he's so chill. Like at this point when I do pictures, trying to get them to hold still is like almost impossible, because they're wanting to wiggle around, but they have no sense of, you know, like, oh, danger, I might fall off of this, you know. And so but he just sat there. He just sits there and like hangs out. He's just a big love bug. So I already love him. Super excited to watch him grow. And actually, I just realized I lied. I said that George Washington was the biggest male at 3.30. Actually, Theo beat him at 3.45. So just a little bit bigger than George, but yeah, super chill. Like, he is the sweetest guy. He's just so chill. Love it. So yes, Theo. Oh, and I don't know if I said this, but he has the camel red collar on him. All right, so that was all of the males, and we are on to the females. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Martha, and Martha also is a cream party. A little girl here. I like her blaze that goes up here. It's kind of like wonkety there. I think it's really cute. She's also really sweet. A curlier coat for sure. I don't see her shedding. She's gonna have a curlier coat, and people are always worried when I say curly coat that I'm talking about like poodle curly coat. I'm not. Like, they're not gonna get that curly, but they are going to be curlier than that loose wave. But in your F1s, the loose wave, super cute. I love it. But they do shed some. Like, there is some shedding. In your F1bs, you can still get that St. Berdoodle look in the way that you groom them, and have them groomed and whatnot, but they're less likely to shed. So that's your F1bs. Oh, and she has the camel purple collar. Next here we have Dolly Madison. And she weighed 2.88. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Martha weighed 2.90. She weighs 2.88. She's got a nice blaze up the front of her there. She's got some fun markings on her back there. Not as curly as like Martha Washington, but not as straight as like George Washington probably has like the straightest coat. So he's going to be more of those loose waves, might shed a little bit, but he's going to be a big guy. This girl, she has some definite wave there, so time will tell on if she sheds or not. Oh, and she has the pink collar there. Okay, and then last but not least is Eleanor. And Eleanor actually outweighs them all this week. Funny story, she was actually one of the lightest last week. She was lighter than all of the males. And she gained she gained 2 pounds this week. It's like she found her, she hit her growth spurt. And so Eleanor definitely put some weight on this week. She is 3.97 pounds this week. Last week she was 1.97. So she put on quite a bit. I think her mask is fun. Like, I like that this is white on this side and that it's black on this side. I think it just adds so much variety to her. She does have a little bit curlier coat on her. It's not quite as tight as Martha, and it's probably pretty similar to Dolly, maybe just a hair curlier, but yeah, so I think she's darling. She has like more of a reddish tint to her coat, and so I really like that as well. So yeah, that is, oh, and this right here, she's the light purple color. And so yeah, for those of you that are new around here, I do pup date videos from 2 to 6 or 7 weeks every single week, so that those that are on our deposit list can watch the puppy grow, so that they have an idea of which puppy they want to choose when it comes time to make our official picks, which happens usually between 6 and 7 weeks. Sometimes with our St. Berdoodles, I will put off making official picks a week if I feel like they need a little bit more time to develop, so that I can give you a little bit better idea on temperament and coat types and stuff like that. So but typically it's between 6 and 7 weeks. We do still have openings on our deposit list, so if you are looking to add a St. Berdoodle to the family, be sure and reach out. We have our Instagram, which is RockyRidge18. We have our website, which is RockyRidgeTribe.com. Yeah, so you can look at both of those and kind of get an idea of how things work with us and our program and our puppies. And yeah, so just make sure and reach out if you would like a puppy.